right away. I just want to let you know a couple things. Please, if you have a presentation today or tomorrow, or if you have a presentation ready to go, talk to Luciana again, and she will upload to the cloud, and Christiana will be able to download it into his machine. Or if you want to use your computer, let us know in advance, and we can handle that as well. Name tags are missing. I don't know if you don't want to missing. The name tags, they're already done. If you want to get your name tags and have your registration passed, they'll be available. And for you that need certificate for the meeting, will be available by the end of the day. Shanibu told me that we have to be a little bit more careful than we have been. We have the capability of doing a streaming of the conference. So if you look at that guy in the back there, he has a camera. And the camera is filming the presentation and putting the presentation in the internet. If you don't feel comfortable about it, just let me know, and I will cut the image. The reason I'm doing that, and I'll explain a little bit more about this, is because so many people could not make it due to an economical problem, or to health problems, or personal problems. So people like Ian Brittington, Claude Collins, Bill Harris, Thor Bakke, and so on are people that always come to ISM every single conference. They could not be here, so I thought that we could make it available to them. So I sent them the internet address for them to have access to the presentation. It's not universal. Not everyone knows the link. I would also like, if you don't mind, to have some of the presentations, at least the ones that you put them on YouTube. If you don't want to have your presentation on YouTube, please let me know. So, Justine, stop pointing. So, we did that with Dan Brooks last year. It worked very nice. Let's enjoy this presentation. The live presentation also too. So, if you don't want, just let me know. We won't take it. We're not going to stream it and so on. So, if you don't mind, we're going to do it. I think it's a nice thing about technology. I think this is it. So I would like to introduce our speaker today, which is Dr. Louis Dupree. Dr. Dupree is the president of the ISM7 in Cape Town, and he's a world-famous specialist in cornerstones. He's going to talk to us about, it's a little bit of overview on post-traumatic, past, present, and future. And Dr. Dupree is also the chair of the section. Really
Ladies and gentlemen, Walter, thank you very much. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Bob for organizing and for being willing to organize this symposium. Those of you who've done this in the past, and I see a few in the audience, will know it's a lot of work. And there's a lot of work behind the scenes. And while we're starting with the symposium, I want to thank Bob and his team for the job they did. And for this marvelous venue that we're doing here in Marie. Okay, my presentation today, I call it Polish Domain today, past, present, and future. For those of you, I'm actually following on Dan's talk of yesterday. I'm here to try and get more of you involved in Polish domains. So, for those of you not familiar with Polish domains, there's just a few of them to show. They've got the similar body plan with the 6 suckers there. Some of them got amyloid anchors, some not, and then the whole spectrum there, and then in the end, ocular prima. And if any one of you want to see ocular prima close by, on that trophy, that is the trophy for the best student and the best oral presentation. The best oral and the best post presentation for students, and we've got the names of ISM6 engraved there, and so in that trophy there is 2 ocular primas and Kapsala. Okay. If we look at the overview or the spectrum of Polish domains, we have one genus, a single species in the Australian species, whole series here in amphibians. So the far majority of Polish domains in amphibians, then 2 of them in salamanders, urodelids, and then 1 in the Sicilian. So polystomes cover all the amphibian orders, and then 3 of them in chelonians. And then obviously the last one, ocular prima, that took 1 major evolutionary leap and found on the eye of the oculus. So if we just look at the basic life cycle of an amphibian, this is Hyperodes mastrodis, the male very excited, falling, attractive female, eggs, young tadpole, older tadpole, through metamorphosis and the life cycle complete. But inside the union ladder, we find the polystome, there's attached, there's the body, equally excited, and produce eggs. Those eggs will hatch on the procedure there, neutinic phase on the young tadpole, and this cycle could repeat itself. So that we can make contact with the tadpole in pre-metamorphosis or pro-metamorphosis, when the hind leg of the tadpole is already stretched out, and the moment the hind leg bends, the oncomonocydium will make a choice in the other direction and go for the long cycle. And so the neutinic cycle, the parasite sits on the gills of the tadpole, but this one day will migrate to the union ladder. And if we look at the spectrum of polystomates, as always with wildlife, there's some modifications here and there that will go to the lung or to the kidney first, but then back to the bladder. Okay, if we look at the past of polystomates, the history, the first one was described way back discovered in 1791, and that's the well-known Polystoma integerinum of Europe. And Rudolphi there named his integerinum, and then in the 1930s, Price and Buzzacki that's focused on polystomates, and they laid the foundation. And then followed Richard Tinsley in the 1960s, Claude Combe and Klaus Ruhr. And they made significant contribution. And note, Tinsley and Combe still present. Claude is not publishing on polystomates as such anymore, but he's still writing books on parasitology. Richard, although retired, published a paper on polystomates last year, so still active. And the two of them made a significant contribution to the knowledge of polystomatics. Richard focused largely in Europe, Africa, and America, and he's well known for not only his systematic work, but he did really neat experimental work. And his work on things like Pseudoprocus americanus, a parasite that will reproduce a single day a year, because the host reproduced a single day a year. And he did marvelous work there. And in the excess of 150 papers on polystomatics, that's excluding all his other papers. And he trained many parasitologists, some of which sitting here in the audience today. Claude Comte, similar, a huge contribution based in France, but worked a lot in Europe, South America, and then in Africa, Claude founded the polystomatic work. And I'm forever thankful to Claude. He was the one that in 1993 enabled me to attend ISM7. He paid for me from South Africa to fly to France and attend the symposium. And I'm forever thankful to Claude for that. More than 100 papers on polystomatics, and he published with a number of other authors on polystomatics. And again, systematics, but also Claude did some fantastic work on those specificities and some neat experiments there. Okay, if we look at polystomatics over the years, we see here, okay, that was pre-1900s, then nothing there, and then in the 1910s to 20s, there was 5-6 species described there, then nothing again, someday, but no there, 1961, and that massive peak there is basically Claude, Comte, and Richard Tinsley's contribution, and Klaus Roeder, especially Klaus focused mostly on the Geranian, on turbulence, and then a decline there, and this is what we have to address. We have to turn that decline around, and that's my invitation to anybody here who might be interested in polystomes taking on. If we divide this by a host group, we'll see at first in those early days the focus was more on the chelonia, the turtle polystomes, and then here a big focus on amphibians, but still the turtle polystomes continued, but in the last 2 decades, fairly little work being done on chelonia polystomes. If we divide it by realms, ecological realms, some shocking information here. If we look at the Nearctic, North America, there's been a focus in the early days, but since then, basically nothing. Australia, there's only 2 amphibian polystomes known from Australia, and then that is focused on turtle polystomes. Africa, the Ethiopian realm, that's basically Tinsley, Comte, and co-workers. Oriental, there's been a steady description of new polystomes from there. And then South America, there was a focus here that was basically Claude, Comte, and co-workers, and one or two people from Argentina and Brazil and so on. But I'll get back to the different ecological realms in a moment. This was not a good quality picture, but to show you at ISM2 a couple of people focusing on polystomes. Susan Lim wasn't here, but at that stage she also worked on polystomes, but they are the names. And so since then there has been a dramatic decline in people working on this. What is the current situation? Okay. These are all the genera and the ecological realms. And we can see that the far majority are restricted to ecological regions. There are only 3 that we could describe as cosmopolitan. For the amphibians, only 1, and that is the genus Polycerma, occurring everywhere except Australia. And then 2 of the turtle polystomes, Polystomoides and New Polysterma, basically cosmopolitan, except that New Polysterma is not known yet from the Ethiopian realm. Now, if we look at polystomes by host group, we see that the far majority of them known from Anurans, and then followed by the Chelonians. So Anurans and Chelonians, the dominant host groups. As percentage, we see 35% from the Ethiopian realm, and then followed by the New Tropical, surprisingly, and then the Palearctic, and then the Alps. So that basically just summarizes that the numbers in the different ecological realms. Okay, current workers. Olivier Bernot sends his regards. He apologizes for not being here. And Olivier visits me annually. We've got a joint project. And we not only screening turtles and terrapins and frogs, but also other reptiles. Olivier from his face didn't like this guy very much because this guy didn't like Olivier. Okay. Other collaborators that we work with, Martins Aisinius in the audience from Nigeria, Lixian from China is here, Lilian Raleigh-Boromniania from Madagascar, Susan Lim, and then Laurent, a PhD student from both Olivier and myself. Where are we going? What's the future of polystomes? So I've just put out a few ideas here. Firstly, we need more people. So that's why I want to put out there an invitation for anyone who wants to look into this group. We need to generate a tissue bank. There are lots of the parasites out there that has been described, and we know there are cryptic species, but we also know that there are several synonyms. And we need to sort that out at a molecular level. But we need material from cyclocannabinoids. And to screen as many hosts as possible. Now the nice thing about the polystomoides is for most of the genera, we can do a non-invasive screen. We can detect if a host is infected without killing the host. Now, one might think, okay, killing a few amphibians, turtles is not the end of the world, but you will also know that globally there is this massive decline of amphibians, and a lot of species are protected nowadays. And whenever you apply for a permit and you want to tell them you want to dissect some amphibians, they immediately tell you, okay, you're part of the decline, we reject your application. And so to be able to screen hosts by looking for the parasite eggs helps us tremendously in reducing the number of hosts that we have to dissect. And likewise, in Chelonians, we now developed a technique to remove the parasites without killing them, but I'll get back to that in a moment. And then, in the past, it was custom, as I know for most parasite groups, people kept type specimens in their private collections, and inevitably those will be lost. And it's crucial that material be deposited in official collections that are properly curated. Because at the moment I'm trying to do a review of different polystomes, and it's nice to get those types. Okay, if we briefly focus at the different realms, and I think it's fitting to start with the Neotropical. South America has got the richest amphibian diversity more than 35%, and in excess of 2,500 species of amphibians. And we know there are several hundred polystomes in South America. Because last year I went to French Guiana, and in 2 days from arriving there, I found three new polystomes, which I'm busy describing at the moment. And those three I found where I landed inside the capital, Cayenne. And then we went out into the forest and we found them. So polystomes are abundant, they're there for the taking, we just need to pick them up. Okay. South America, also very important because we know this was the center for endemicity for the polystomes. For example, the cosmopolitan genus Polystoma, we know originated, or our molecular work indicates that they originated in South America. And who knows, maybe many of the others. A few years ago, I described a new genus, the first polystomated from the Sicilian, and I called it Nanopolystoma because this thing was really small. But comparing to Trirodactylus, Andy, I think this is big. But anyway, I called it Nanopolystoma. And we just finished the molecular work, and we discovered that this thing is closely related to turtle polystomes and to Oculophrima from Africa. So there's a link between South America and Africa. And so we need, from South America, we need to screen more hosts. We need to find out more about the polystomes from this area because I'm absolutely convinced it will give us a lot of information on the rest of the world. There are many amphibian species known from North America, only 2 from frogs, a couple from salamanders, and then a bunch from turtles. But those from the turtles are from the zoo, or from 2 zoos, especially the New York Zoo. So who knows where they come from? They could be from Australia or wherever. The type locality is the New York Zoo. So it's a bit of a mix. So we need tissue from these species. Africa, we need to focus on the Sicilians of Africa. We now have Nanopolystoma from South American Sicilians. But if there's a link to Oculophrima and to turtles from Africa, we need to find these parasites, and we will have to find them in Central Africa because Sicilians are not known from Southern Africa. There are some from Central Africa, and they will have to have some aquatic phase. And so that is currently our focus. And then, so focus on tropical, and then Madagascar. Madagascar has got this magnificent amphibian diversity of 450 species, and at this stage, I've got 20 undescribed polystomes already that I've collected in Madagascar, and I'm progressively busy working through those. Polyarctic region, there are several countries in Europe and Asia that where nobody has ever searched for polystomes. We know that in China, where Lingshun is working, she's finding beautiful polystomes there, but we know there are many more in China. And again, we need to get tissue for molecular work. And then invasive terrapins is a huge problem, not only for the terrapin that's invasive. For example, in France we have red-eared sliders, and they are beautiful as little fish. But the moment they grow up a bit, they foul the water. People by that time gave them names, so they don't want to kill something with a name, so we release them. So they put them in the nearest pond and they feel they did a good job, but they are releasing a package host with a wide variety of parasites. And we now know that this guy is a taxi. It's infected not only with its own polystome, but with other polystomes. And now in France we've documented that Trachomas as Crypto has introduced a handful of parasites, polystomes, to Europe, and they are now in the native terrapins. So not only is this host pushing out MS orbicularis and Bormus leprosa, the native turtles of terrapins of France, but they're introducing parasites. And from the east, China, Taiwan, these guys are extremely popular in the pet trade, and I've collected them there, and they have abundance of parasites. Okay, I have to finish. In the Oriental region, India, Malaysia, Indonesia, there are many more polystomes from that area. Again, we need issue. And very important, India has got a beautiful diversity of Sicilians, but we don't know anything about their polystomes. And we know India forms part of Gondwana, and so if we find Sicilian polystomes in Africa, obviously we need to look into the Oriental realm and check for polystomes. Australia, there's been a bunch of polystomes being described from turtles, terrapins there, but hardly any work done on frogs. There's only one genus, Parapolystome, known from Australia, and nothing else. And I'm absolutely confident there are several in Australia. Issue again, okay. If any of you might be interested, to collect amphibians, there's only a handful here in South America where you have to handle them with gloves. Usually frogs are quite safe. You collect them by hand or using traps in some cases. We place them individually in a plastic bag with a little bit of water. The next day we screen them by just pouring the water through the plankton sieve, 500 micron and 100 micron, 500 micron to remove the excess species and debris, and the 100 micron to collect the eggs. And then we dissect those where we find eggs. Or we collect tadpoles by just deflating, and then with one eye on the neck and one eye on the elephant leg. And then we grab them by hand. Collect the frogs by hand at night, and okay, these guys sitting in the tub here. If we collect a lot of frogs the first night, we put them together, and if we find any eggs, then we separate them and sitting there a second day, collect the eggs. For chelonians, we collect them by hand or with a trap. And similar, we just screen them for eggs, and then we now got a technique where we inject the turtle with a drug called alfaxin, and put them to sleep. You remove the parasites, and then you pump the legs to revive him. And 10 minutes later, it's a bit dozy, but he will come around and you can release him again. And it's only if the parasite is sitting inside the urinary bladder that it's still tricky to remove them. We're working on a technique, but in terrapins you find the parasites in the urinary bladder, inside the mouth and pharyngeal cavity, or on the eye. And in the mouth and the eye, it's quite possible to remove the parasite. Okay, so there is the terrapin sitting in this trap, and that's the catch of the day. There we're working with a couple of students, and over here you see a number of parasites sitting in the mouth. So when the chelonian polystomes are typically flesh-colored and not that easy to see. And if any of you interested to look into Sicilians, make sure that you don't overlook them. They're tiny. You have to cut open the urinary bladder and pour hot alcohol or hot water over the bladder, because some of the subanal parasites are transparent, you can't see them. And then if you screen for eggs, look out for two shapes of eggs. These eggs are from the oral cavity or the bladder, and these long ones are from the eye. So if you find a parasite like this, the egg like this, the parasite is sitting on the eye and it's not there waving at you, it's hiding. So you have to search very carefully. Okay, on my website I've got this information on how to fix the polystomes. The new technique we're trying is a scope. Somebody once asked me, is this how you open a turtle's eye? By pushing that thing up the cloaca? But that's not really the question. This guy is asleep. So he entered the unit ladder with this endoscope, and then there we can see the parasite sitting inside the unit ladder. It's still a bit tricky to remove the parasite, but we're working on that. But from the eye, this turtle is fast asleep. We can lift the eyelids, remove the parasite, and then revive him by just pumping his legs, and he will come around. Okay, we're looking at other aquatic hosts as well. I've dissected a number of alligators and crocodiles, and looking at the eye, the ear as well, I think they could host polystomes. I can't see why not. But what about water monitors, leg ones? And then, well, one day we might find another ocular tremor in the pygmy hippo of Central Africa. So there's exciting work to do. Thank you. I use most of my I use 31 of
I use
for
your
this.
time. So is there any questions for Dr. Louis? Questions? Oh, there we go.
In France, so you said that the vaccine is produced polystomes that also infect the native reptiles, but is there anything known about the impact these have on the native species?
At this stage, it doesn't seem that the polystomes as such have a negative impact on the turtles. But we're also looking at blood parasites. And with blood parasites, it's a bit more of a problem. So some of the blood parasites can kill a new host. But as we know, whenever there's a new host parasite association, often the impact is more severe. But so far we don't find any indication. But because we know that polystomatus is evolutionary quite an old group of parasites, it's a neat model. And also the host switching to follow that.
Questions? No. Well, thank you, Louis. You're the chair of the session. Okay. If you need to use a microphone, just slap Christy on the belly. We'll give you a microphone. Use a microphone to put on your shirt or your hand.
Okay. Can I ask maybe if there's a speaker and some of you can't hear properly, just raise the hands and I will pass on the microphone. That's here on the table. Okay, the next speaker for this session is Nirupan with the presentation status of some Indian ducted gyrates.
Just a second. I think we're going to have technical problems here. You get? Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm working in the Department of Zoology at the University of Lucknow, India, and this is my department where I work. Today I am going to present the work which we have undertaken during the last couple of years to get a molecular organization. And I have shown the picture from the shirts of the symposium, which are as posted earlier. These are various dactylogyres, which I have included from my eight genera. And the book we published on an encyclopedia of Indian monogenaria. We have followed classification of Walter Boger and William Christie, which they have given in 1993. And in this, these worms were included under the family Dactylogyridae. They are all included in our book. In 1989, Christie and Boger, they have considered three subfamilies under the family Dactylogyridae. They are Dactylogyridae, Ankylopiscordae, and Ankylosauridae. Well, these are the secta which are in question earlier. Under these banners, several species were described earlier. Several species were described under the genus Neurophilus, few in Ankylosaurus, and one I think under Avicenna. So first, what we did is we took up morphological aspects. First genus was described as Enterocyclus Euphrocles, Chromocyclic Euphrocles Crustaceus. I did this work with electricity, of which we found that it was not Enterocyclus, but we established a new genus named Sclerocytoides, and the characteristic feature which it has was the vagina is scleroid, which is Y-shaped and sexual position. Next genus, the parasite. Under all the three names, several species were described. From these spiny eels. This work also we have undertaken with electricity. We published and found out the same parasite from another host, another eel, and we established the genus Mastophanelophilus. The first species and Enterocyclus bomb was named Mastophanelophilus bomb. Other species was considered synonymous of this. Similarly, one more species named Europhilus was described earlier from the eel, spiny eel. We found out and described in our publication that this is another species of the same genus we named Mastophanelophilus and transferred Europhilus as Mastophanelophilus ethnophora. Another genus, another species, Europhilus notophyllus, was always described from further back, notophyllus. After our publication, when we found out that this notophyllus recorded, this was the first record from India. Susan has established this genus in Malaysia. Then from Chanda, clownfish, Europhilus recurvatus was described. We published and we found out that it is same genus is found in other two species of the same genus, and we named it Chanda after the name of the host, and this Europhilus recurvatus was named Chanda recurvatus. Two more species of this genus are also found in India. Another host, God, three species were described under the banner Europhilus, Denantodon, Bhuti, and Raman. We published and found out that it is again a new genus. We named Denantodon after the name of the host with distinct characters. Recently we found out that two species were described with the name Enterocyclus, Enterocyclus and this paper is communicated. Two species were named as Ismocledus. This only except the third species is also found. Now, since one species of we have included this in our work. We found out that it is actually Sundar established by the Sundar in Malaysia, and we also have this in our country. So after doing this morphological work, we first use molecular study, simple methodology, collected parasite, isolated DNA, amplified them, ran them along for sequence and analyzed. These are various gel mixtures which we have obtained for different parasites. These are some of the parasites which we have included in our study and estimated the sequences in G9. The black ones are our study. The red one we have retrieved from the gel bank to compare that these three genera, Parasicular, Erythrema, Euphorbis, they are actually distinct from what we have done. So we have included the species of Dactylogariety because several new species we have found, two known species, 5 unknown species of the genus Dactylogyrus included in Dactylogariety, several species of Marcometer included in Encyclopedic, and the present work which includes species under Encyclopedic. And this is the result. So both species Dactylogyrus, they cluster here together. Those species of the Arthrogarus, they cluster. They come to under Encyclopedic progeny. The other species which we have retrieved, Encyclopedic, Erythrema, Euphorbis, along with our species which we have sequenced, they come under the family Encyclopedic, but they cluster in two groups. Sundamanthus originated separately, and Tetranothus of course we have taken as an output. Similar results were obtained by using MNS-3. We used measurement of body for the present study method was, and in the end I will conclude that sequences of 24 species of the family Dactylogariety were analyzed using megapile by LCA method, placing Tetranothus in an control. Both the constructively showed members of the subfamily Dactylogariety, which includes 7 Dactylogyrus species, and Encyclopedic progeny, which includes 4 species of Haulopegus, to be monoparthenopalytic. The species described earlier under the text of Europesis and Parasicular Erythrema are of distinct genera. Stingophilus, Methanophilus, Stemnophilus, Xenophilus, and Astrophilus. They are members of the subfamily Encyclopedic. So the subfamily Encyclopedic has polyphyletic origin, as was also suggested by Simcoa and Scovaster. Sundamanthus is a member of family Sundamanthini. It originated separately and morphological findings are hereby supported using molecular tools. And what I feel that is resolved, I acknowledge the grant received under the SAP program of the Department of Geology by the University and Commission of the Government of India, and personal grant to me by Government of India, and another grant to one of my students. I thank my mentor, my teacher, Dr. Pandey, my colleagues and my students who have been the preparation of this work, and thank you very much.
I think we have time for one question. Thanks, right. So the next speaker in this session is Martins IC from Nigeria, and Martins' presentation will be on polystomal species infecting annealins in the Kumu National Park in Nigeria.
DSA and Johnson found several protostoma species budget from a close location. We stepped into polystone work in early 2000 and in 2003 we found 4 polystoma species from the savannah, and based on that finding, we thought that there were potentially parasites of amphibians in the savannah. But that story changed when in 2009 we did some work in the forest research, and we found Metapolystoma especially and 2 unidentified polystoma species. That prompted us to take our work to another research. In that work we found 10 protozoans and a new species was described, and was a second species will probably be the species. And in this presentation I just want to run through all the species we found, and but suffice to say at this stage that the work we did at the has shown that the forests, that polystomes are not restricted to the savannah, they're actually in the forest, and that the forest is habitat to the rich advantage of amphibians.
Now, assemblage of amphibians, many of which are hosts for the story. These are the coordinates where we did our work, and we took samples from 4 sites over a period of 18 months. And within the forest, we located most of our amphibians close to seasonal lakes, and only one of them contained water during the dry season. And during this period, we screened 41 species of amphibians, and only 10 of them were infected with polystoma. But we suspect there may be some others out there that we haven't found. And the prevalence level was between 4.5 to 50%, and mean intensity 1 to 4%. The first parasite we're looking at here is Metapolystoma from Tachyna longirostris. This parasite has been described elsewhere in Africa. The marginals we found in Nigeria of that parasite is a little larger than what has been described. But very importantly, is that we found that whereas the Ivorian parasite has its ovary posteriorly placed, that of the Nigerian parasite is medial in position. Again, in the adult parasite, we noticed that the testicular follicles differ in the adult and in the sub-adult. In the sub-adult, we will be able to detect the testicular follicles and the glands. But in the sub-adult, we also find it close to the confluence of the 2 intestinal systems. And of course, we also find that the handle and the guard of the hamula are well separated as in the type specimen. The second one is Polystoma schlemani from Tachyna providium. This is interesting because this parasite was found in a symptomatic association with another polystoma, Polystoma lamonte, Palmyris in 1980. But in our collection, we didn't find such occurrence. When we compare the morphometrics, we find essentially that they are 3 as we find table here. Then the third one was Polystoma biaric, affecting trichardinal colony. We found the amylase somewhere where separated, others not so well separated. There are variations in the intestinal CK. Here we have one that has no anastomosis, the second one with one two anastomosis. The third one, I think, should be called is a loop, where two medial diverticulate fused to form a loop. And we also found a beautiful display of the flowers. So this parasite again has been described from Cameroon and Ivory Coast, and we found that the body size vary, and those from Okomo were closer to what was found in Ivory Coast, but they were larger than those from Cameroon, but far larger than the one described by the The handler size also vary. Those from Ivory Coast we found of this size 330 to 420, 430 to 590 Ivory Coast, varies 604 to 616 in Cameroon, and 456 to 604. So that will be in the range of, of the what was found by the range in Ivory Coast. The marginals are concurrent. In addition to the possession of anastomosis, we also found that they have loops. Okay, as we also found in the African polysomal triaceae, we also found in Trichardinum mascarensis. This parasite was first described by Beckermenger in 1960 from an Italian species of Trichardinum in the Congo. Tinsley described this parasite from materials isolated from Trichardinum mascarensis. This was basically to correct some of the errors in the earlier description. And the materials vary in size, and the ones that we found is 5.16. Again, there are variations. The hammerlike of our specimens were larger than what belongs to the East African materials. And we suggested that since Polystroma africanum is now known to possess intestinal anastomosis as we found in 2009, we suggested that this parasite should be removed from the Polystroma africanum complex, which it was assigned for the land of this. Fifth is Caromantis, Polystroma caromantis or Caromantis utilitis. There's not much to say here, because before now there was only one description of this parasite from Cameroon, Gabon, and Central Africa by the Ford and Portugal in 1978. But from what we saw, there's a close similarity between the metrics of this parasite, and except that the intestinal anastomosis which we observed in our specimen were not reported. The sixth is Polystroma dorsalis infected Apostrophe dorsalis. We find here there are variations in the hammerlike. Some are separated, some are not. This parasite has been severally described from other places. The one from Nigeria overlaps the specimens that were earlier described from Nigeria. And we take a look at the metrics, we find that the Nigerian specimens and the Nigerian specimens, they are quite good from both of these and the coast. The And the seventh one is Polystoma gracile, from Neptopellis spiritonus. These parasites, well, we compared the morphometries. This parasite has been found in several species of Leptopellis. Okay, let me just go out this slide. In several species of Leptopellis, and we compared what we found in Nigeria with those that were having described from Cameroon and Gabon. Those from Cameroon and Nigeria have anastomosis, but generally speaking, the size is not different. And Polystoma ebriensis from Epiplicata. This looks very much like what has been described earlier by other workers. And one feature we found very interesting is that almost all the specimens that we have studied, they all have anastomosis. Then this is the darling of our team because this is the first polystoma that we described from Nigeria. The breed in 2009. And we found the hamida that was very well separated. And what was very peculiar with this parasite is the marginals 2 to 7. Most marginals that have been described all have pointed tips, but in these ones they were rounded. But more still, we found the intestinal system were very branched and significant anastomosis and they also detected the presence of the. We took the marginals and compared with that of two other polystomes, Polystoma erecti, which is there, and with Polystoma dorsalis, which match there. But though it's overlapped with few components, we were able to separate them because many characteristics of few components differ from that of P. dorsalis. If we take a look at the intestinal city, for example, you'll just find that, you'll just find that the medial diverticuli are much branched here than what you find in P. dorsalis. Sorry, the hamilla is not represented here, but you'll find that the hamilla of P. dorsalis is not separated from that of Pheocomosis is well separated into the handle and gap. And a number of other features here also separated into the parasite from other African polystomos. The last on the list is Polystoma. A Polystoma species will be found in Aparodus sylvaticus. These parasites we think is a new species. It has all the characteristics of the Polystoma. It is possibly a new species because Aparodus sylvaticus has not been previously reported as harboring polystomes. And the only specimen we have found so far measured 4.7 mm. The ovary is quite large, and when compared with other polystomes of the same size, the handle and guard of this, the hamilla are poorly separated and defined. So that's our story so far. Thank you very much for listening.
Any questions from my colleagues? One thing I just want to point out, this Ukunu reserve, where my colleagues collected forms part of this big reserve. And again, that emphasis, my message of earlier, 10 species in a fairly small geographical region. So I think, as Martin's mentioned, this is just the tip of the iceberg. No further questions. Thank you, Martin. I want to ask the speakers, let's use the microphone. The acoustics in this room is maybe not that great towards the back. Okay, the next speaker in this session is Ivo with the presentation on natural gardens, parasizing goldfish of Mauritius, New Caledonia. Thank you.
hard prototype structure, specimens were liquid, flattened, unrecovered slip of ledger, affiliated by floating exposure to the filter of paper. And for study of soft-external organs, specimens were fixed unflattened with ethanol private staining in carbide. For DNA analysis, specimens were bisected using fine needle, and the posterior body part with comfort was fixed in ethanol for later infected, and the anterior body part containing the populatory organ was completely flattened towards analyzed morphological characters. Photogenomic DNA was extracted from more than 200 reference samples using DNA species. 28 correctable DNA was amplified to primary one E2. Unfortunately, in specimens of some species, we able to obtain fragments and but successful PCR products was required. Phylogenetic analysis were conducted with data program version 5 in coordinate drawing phylogenetic language. Taxonomic evaluation of homogeneous found revealed the presence of 10 new and 2 previously described species, namely Hylothema australe and Amphilothecus, presenting the following common features: single prosthetic reservoir, male populatory organ without typical mammillary teeth, genital was different, non-stereotyped vagina with external floor, standard corona, and ankles, wide base, and short shaft with their feet under the chin. Unfortunately, this combination of characters offers many bacterial besides to other genera. However, morphological analysis of prototype structures suggests that there are 4 groups of orthotypes within bacterial characterizing this group of issues with regard to the basic structure of the male populatory organ. The first group contains species with populatory organs composed of delicate base and mastic membrane structure from which populatory shaft arising. The second group containing 2 committed species are represented by presence of populatory organs formed as simple tube with base. Respectively, the first group composed only from 1 species with populatory organ still umbilical gaze and white shaft surrounded by spiral flange. And the fourth group is represented by the type species Hylothema australe with populatory organ shaped base and white shaft Basically, the morphology of parts, especially the dorsal part, can correlate with the above described group, and differentiation division for the different morphological groups supported by preliminary results of phylogenetic analysis using scientific regions ribosomal DNA. As you can see, unfortunately, that exists relationship with 7 Hylothema-like species family, including Montezuma orchidea from Boyce's Splendid, 5 species of Hylothema, Hylothema, Ayathema, and Hylothema brilliant. The last group genera walkway or coming from this. This slide shows spread line activities which is out for spread line activities or relatively low level of frequency. We're looking for 15, 1 to 4 different cold species paradigms. And what can I say? Conclusion, morphology analysis for paradigms that there are 4 morphotypes with appropriate morphologically Southwest Pacific group species with regard to basic structure and walkway order. The division into 4 groups based on morphology effects given also for this by preliminary results of a fellowship including mediated condition DNA differences and the amplification of the lifespan fragment was most successful for one higher thermal group and remote control design remote control design for 25
We've got time for a question or two. Thank you. Right, our last presentation before the coffee break is by Antoine on Cyclodogyrus from the 5-spot clover species complex, one more group of managing specificity.
Thank you. I will try to have a very short presentation on my hobby, which is parasite from cicatrices. We are working in Africa on cicatrices, as I told you, and one problem is the 5-spot Helichromis facetus, which is supposed to be a species complex. You can see that's some photos of samples of fishes from different parts of only Cameroon, and one is here from Senegal. So you may see that there are morphological variation, very high morphological variation in this species. So we studied it is this complex. This complex is well distributed within West and Central Africa, even in close to Europe. There are at least 10 to 12 species described from this species complex by spot Helichromis. The first was described by Paperna in the 60s. And among these species, one is characterized by a spherical penis and accessory piece. The name is Cyclodogyrus longicerius. So you may see clearly the spherical penis and spherical accessory piece here, and you have a spherical vagina too. This Cyclodogyrus longicerius has a 7 to 8 turn penis and accessory piece. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8 turns. And we have with Professor Jose described another one. The Longicerius was described in Ghana, so for me it's much central. And we described with Professor Jose in Senegal and Ivory Coast another species which has longer spherical penis. This one is individuals transferred, so you may count something like 40 individuals. So we say, okay, we have two different species, so we are supposed to have two different host species. So I discussed at that time, it's a long time ago, with our late colleague, Integers from the Royal Museum of Central Africa in Belgium. And he told me, okay, we are supposed to have two species, one Hemiconiscus in West Africa and one Hemiconiscus elongatus in Central Africa. That is, the status of both species is controversial, so we don't know whether it's good or not. And I say you have one more proof for the presence of two different species. You have two different and related parasitic species on that. So I take advantage of a field trip in Gabon, which is the Hemiconis elongatus terratica, to look at the parasites, and especially the parasite with the spherical penis. And I found that in Gabon, on Hemiconis elongatus, there is a species, but with only 4 terms. So for me, it's a new species with only 3 to 4 terms. So I conclude, because of the previous study, 2 different parasite species, 2 different host species. Now I have 3 different parasite species, so I suppose there are at least 3 different host species. And I have a student in Cameroon who works on fish, on the systematic of fish. And he told me, okay, with the morphological study, there are 3 different species. And we have done some genetical studies, and with genetic, there are also at least 3 different host species. So we have 1 host species in West Africa, with parasite with 14 terms on the penis and axillary. 1 parasite with 3 to 4 terms in Gabon, which is Terratica, so it is Hemiconis elongatus, and 1 new species of Hemiconis in Cameroon at least, but I suppose in Central Africa, with 7 to 8 terms. So once again, this. So I'm sorry for Dan, but I suppose there are specificity, strict specificity of my psychogeries to other hosts. And once again, when you are looking at the parasites, you might have some information on the host, the systematic in this case. So that's my short presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Questions?
I'd like to ask you, my question is a terminological one. What is your reason for using the term penis compared to cooperative?
Yeah, cooperative tools. You mean the term penis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Professor Azay is a penis.
Not only from some users.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. There is a controversy about that. Penis is supposed to be not stereotyped. That's what you say. This is a copulatory tube. Yes. You're right. Never mind. I mean, it's a structure which I use to identify the parasite. So if you want to call it copulatory tube or malcopulatory organ, it's not a problem for me. It's just, yes, that's not a problem for me.
Any other comments or questions?
You mean that all species that Ethiopia, these species are those with strict food specific. But we collect some specimens from culture collection. There are several species in China, and we collect about 5 species of Echinodorus. But it seems different species, yeah, it's your cost. This is in fact a different species, but any different prevalence and utility. But for the non-consumer suspected if this proof of science with strict coastal specificity or not.
I think the specificity is strict in the wild.
In the well.
Yeah. In